8.
You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales. Streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
I think if you just hit the start button, the show will go on.
Is that the Windows button?
No, not the Windows button. That's next to the cup holder thing. Just hit the button.
So you guys don't have it, right? Unfortunately, Jay's internet went out. It's probably Comcast.
I'm sorry, I was reading comics. I don't have time for this.
What's up, Robbie?
What's up, Robbie? What's up, everybody in the chat? I really like the idea of just bopping this show, though, and let Triple B do a horror show. Triple B's horror shows and unboxing are great, man. I'd be totally happy with that.
So I am back. It feels like you and I haven't done a show with Robbie in what, weeks?
It's been a bit because I was gone, you were gone.
Yeah.
Robbie's always here, thank God.
So Robbie, how was your weekend?
What's up, my man? Hello, everybody.
I have returned. Yes, people.
CJ's here. Eddie's here.
The weekend was good. The week that led up to the weekend was pretty terrible personally for me, but the weekend was good and everything's hunky dory now. So yeah.
Awesome.
So Marcus, I wish. Not the College World Series, my friend.
Did you at least get College World Series tickets?
No. No.
Yeah, I mean, a third of the country is getting par baked. A third of the country is getting flooded. Good, that's the luck. Prayers and all that stuff to everybody out there.
Hot.
It is. I mean,
except on Sunday, Monday.
When it's 100 degrees here, I assume it's like the surface of Mercury.
On Monday, it was
down
actually
south.
Cooler in Florida than it was here at home.
Yeah, that's
that's
messes
crazy.
Me up. There was a day where it was hotter here.
Thank you, Easy Go Lucky. I am. It was actually a great trip.
Yeah, I mean, it was last week's show was good. We talked a little bit about some stuff. Robbie and I, who generally try to always put a positive face on horror, we had to basically let people know about that exorcism movie.
Yeah, pretty bad movie.
No, it is not good. And another thing, I hate to say this, you guys know probably more than anyone else, I've really tried to be supportive of like the Disney Plus shows. Sat through Obi-Wan, enjoyed this stuff. I am not sure who the Acolyte is for, but it is not for me. It is not very good.
Right.
I'm sorry. I generally recommend people. Maybe it'll be for you, not me. I kind of know my people, and I don't know of a single person who likes that show. I thought maybe it was going to be more for kids because I understand there were twins, light side, dark side. I thought, okay, this can't be terrible. It's older Star Wars fans accept a certain thing a certain way. Like the Night Witches and that stuff, Well,
they lost me and storyline hasn't been very good. But when you kill Carrie Ann Moss in the first episode, if it was a spoiler,
my guess is you might see her come back or something. But the point is,
flashbacks.
The idea of a serial killer of Jedi, I'm sorry, that's not why I watch Star Wars.
Yeah, it's all weird.
Well, I haven't watched any of it, right? But like, I know that this last week, I guess they unmasked the villain, the main big bad or something. And I'm seeing all this stuff and, in my toy and orders and stuff, I'm seeing like images pop up and I'm like, that's supposed to be like the new threatening big bad guy. Like it looked really cheesy and silly. And it looked like, I don't know, it looked like some kind of Muppet or something from the 80s. I don't know. It looked like something from Fraggle Rock.
Yeah. Robbie's 100% right.
Well, I do want to see
I am trying to be nice,
reveal
but I know
the bad guy.
I know they try or whatever, but it's not good. And like there's only so long you can ask people, hey, give them a chance, give them a chance, give them a chance. I literally have had Disney Plus since day one. They send me emails every year thanking me for being like a day one first person, click on, take my money. I'm happy to pay you. This is not good. they've got more and more content, and this isn't even like a cultural thing or a canon thing where I prefer this to that. This show is not good. Someone is sitting in a room saying, hey, let's get made up characters who, like a serial killer for Jedi. And I'm like, so the Jedi never see them coming? The Jedi are never aware of what's going on? Maybe I can understand one getting killed that way. Or maybe I can understand when Jedi get killed en masse with Order 66. And I can even understand if a bunch of Jedi are on a ship or in an arena and you blow it up or something.
Uh-oh. Hey, they got Jade. We're not even going to say they got Comcast. They got Jade.
It's like it has nothing to do with the time either. It always has to do, like, it always happens this far into the show, no matter what time we start. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh yeah,
we back.
Yeah, but in 1987.
That's good. That was good year for me.
That's really good for 1987.
I'm okay with it.
I was single and had money in '87, so Kyle's doing me a solid, man.
Better looking.
I wasn't born.
Way better looking.
What'd you say?
I wasn't born yet in 1987, but I remember how TVs were blurry. So
true. True that. So, somebody asked, I think it was CJ. Yeah, I feel a lot better. I was telling John about it. It was a good trip overall. We drove, which I was dreading a little bit because the last time we did that, it was not easy. But this time was easy. You know, you have my daughter who can drive too. This time around, whereas last time she was still in the car seat. So it's been a while, been a minute. The weather was hot, dude. It was. I did not know this, but Florida is the lightning capital of the United States. So we had a lot of lightning stoppages every single day. There was a thunderstorm, whatever the case may be. I don't know what happened. No rain, but we get called off the field because I guess they use some sort of warning system down in Florida.
Yeah,
here we look.
Some hillbilly in a truck screams duck, and everybody.
No, they really have. You can actually log on and see what's going on. So that was kind of a pain. Good trip. The girls got to play. Me and my daughter, we got to coach in the big stadium.
Nice.
Which was very cool. The girls got to be on the Jumbotron, real scoreboard, like if you went to a MLB game. Dugout.
Hey, John, what's going on, bud?
Big John. Dugout was kind of, I don't like the sucking in dugout that you have in baseball, but whatever. It was, the girls had a good time, huge field. It was a good trip. The girls came in third place in what they call 14U Open or A. Lot older girls. Most of our team is 7th and 8th graders, and most of the teams there were 9th graders. So
did the parents travel too?
Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm not taking them kids with me. Are you kidding me? So during one of the
go with Uncle Rex. We'll see you in a week.
During one of the rain delays, they all wanted to get in the car and talk to my daughter and me, and I got out of the car. I can't look, dude. This is not softball related. I am not responsible for you. Get out of my car. I raised a kid that age. I'm done. But they did really well. Robbie Roach, you watch, buddy. Yeah, that last day we ran out of gas. We just didn't have it, but we got our butts handed to us.
I find kids are super receptive if you're honest with them.
Yes.
Like I've let my nieces, nephews, and godchildren know I'm not a nice guy. I'm happy to buy you stuff. And when you're older, like I'll give you bail money so we don't have to tell your parents. But the little kid stuff, that's not me. Like I will buy you a pass to go to Disney, but I don't want to talk about your feelings. If some girl or guy was mean to you in school, I'm sorry, man. My advice is to hit them, and that's not what your parents want me to tell you. So I always am like, they kind of know. In the beginning, it was hard. But now my oldest niece is like 30, and when she wants to go mountain climbing, she's like, I need like $1,800 to make this happen. And I'm like, finally, she's 30, and she's reached the point in her life where I can help her. I'm like, all right, let me know what I got to do.
So,
and she even said, she's like, when I was a little kid, you were awful. I said, yeah, I know.
So they surprised me. We had at least 3 games where we had to come back and we had the walk-off win, which was, I got to tell you, it was just one of those things. I usually in the pool bracket or in the pool during pool play, they just determine who's home, who's away by flipping the coin. It's a running joke on our team that I generally lose. So for whatever reason was going on, when I got to Florida, I won every single toss I was involved in. It is such a running joke that usually, so if you lose the toss, usually the
Yeah.
person gets
If you lose the
pick
toss, you're the Dallas Cowboys
home.
in the Super Bowl. If you win the toss, you're
so
literally anybody else in the Super
bat
Bowl. I'm just
first.
making
That's
up a
cold,
random thing.
Kyle. That's cold, man.
And it's become such a running joke.
I'm assuming if you lose the toss, you're the away team.
The first, your helmet's fast, ready to go. Just
In
assuming
old man slow pitch, when you lose the toss, when you win the toss, you get the pick.
it was
Which means you're the
like that,
home team.
right?
I can imagine
Yeah, just
most
assuming
people.
Coach Rice is going to lose the toss.
Imagine most people picking away. That's
It
the
was
best.
it was great. Yeah,
No, you
it was a good
No, I
trip.
mean
They
home.
did
Yeah, most people would choose to be the home
really
team,
well. I
so they
was
get the
really
last
proud.
chance to bat.
We were not looking
Get the last 3 outs.
We came out spring.
Yeah,
Rex, that was fascinating, and John
Man,
disappeared.
oh man,
right. And I got to do my Rex impression, which is pretty fun.
magic.
Yeah. No,
my
in
magic
old
trick.
man softball, half the time you pick to be the away team because you feel like by the end of the game, if you're gonna lose, it's faster to the bar if you're the away team. You can already have all your gear put away.
Yeah, at the end of all old man softball, it's just a further excuse to drink during the week. I used to play old man softball, so yeah, I get it. Just where are we going to last game today?
I've taken the last 3 years off from old man softball, and they're like 2 weekends ago, they're like, Kyle, can you come play? And I'm like, no. They're like, seriously, can you come play? So I went, and I couldn't walk on Monday, so I'm officially retired.
Yeah,
Kyle is like a polymath.
You say old man softball, but then you say you weren't born in 1987. I mean, I'm just trying to say, like,
good point.
like
Right.
what are we talking about here?
Old man is a state of mind, not a physical age.
Word. Okay.
Like a multitasker, though, man. Kyle does barbecue. Kyle does softball. Kyle does whatever this is, pushing buttons and stuff.
So Dwayne DePayne, you are correct. So Oklahoma, the hometown of fast pitch softball, as is generally known. So yeah, that would be the place to play, in my opinion. Definitely not in California, but
Definitely.
But it was a great trip overall. So they stretch it out over 5 days. We played 1 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, and then we go to bracket play, and then you get double elimination, so you play until you lose.
Okay.
So all in all, we played 8 games over 5 days, which is about right. So it was a lot of fun. The girls had a great time. I was telling John that Saturday, which was our only free day because we drove back on Sunday, we ended up going to Disney. I wasn't sure how I was going to go. I was not willing to rent one of those motorized scooter things. They just, first of all,
if they let me take one of the scooters from like the NASCAR experience, I'm down. But
yeah, if I could jump it off a ramp, it was part of a ride, but no. So, but it was actually not bad. I did take the cane with me, so I got around with the cane. It went well. I spent some time with my daughter. So all in all, it was a pretty good trip. And the drive was not as bad as I thought. Although last night we didn't get home until about 1:30 in the morning. It's a little challenging. By the end, we were pretty tired, but yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I cannot complain, and I do feel rested and rejuvenated. Call it what you will.
See, I love the drive down there is fine. The train ride down there is even better.
Yeah, I heard about that. I was thinking about that, but it's just by the time it was all said and done, transportation's covered by the team budget. So
yeah,
by the time you got all said and done, so I just rented a car and an SUV, and then and all with gas and tolls and whatever. Thank you, Robbie Roach. I appreciate it.
I have a friend on Twitter who's terrified of flying, wants to go down to see the Star Wars thing in Disney. And I said to her, well, you can drive. And she's like, that's out. And I'm like, you can take the train. The train's expensive. It's great, but it's expensive.
But if you take your car, it's actually reasonable because then you don't have to rent a car when you get there.
Yeah, you can defer that sort of stuff. Of course, you're always deferring it. When I went, I also people get a seat. When I went, I got a room.
Right.
Because obviously I don't fit in standard size seats. So I had like a little room. I had my own bathroom and stuff. I had like a little thing I could bring online that was filled with like 20 hours worth of snacks and drinks and stuff like that. It was expensive, but twice now it's been like one of the best. I my Kindle on, I'm doing stuff, and it's
So
we're done again.
No,
Are we done again?
we're back. We're back. All right, so the drive wasn't bad. To have somebody to split it with, it wasn't bad. Coming back, going through Florida was easy, man. Nice wide lanes, straight up 95. You know, I was easily doing 90, 95, no problem.
When you go to Georgia, Georgia's not good.
No,
Georgia has
not
narrow roads, and I guess road repair maybe not
Georgia,
priority.
Yeah.
Georgia's not as bad as South Carolina. Then it goes 2 lanes.
Kyle loading the show.
This sucks.
You know, it was those narrow interstate
Are we
roads
here?
is the
Are we
reason
here?
why the Britons lost the American Revolutionary War, right?
Yeah, I totally done. They're marching down 95, and all of a sudden,
So-
whoa, we're getting jammed
South
up.
Carolina to parts of North Carolina is not good because it goes down 2 lanes. Georgia was okay. Florida was best. I mean, just nice wide lanes. You're zipping down it.
Absolutely, CJ. I know exactly
Yeah,
what
you're
you're
right,
talking
CJ.
about. State troopers in other states. This is why, like, I'm on the train and they're like, "Oh, we have a 30-minute delay because something's going on." Well, okay, that's just me having a sandwich. If I'm in a car sitting there for 30 minutes,
Yeah, it's a problem. So it was pretty lucky. We drove through a pretty heavy torrential rainstorm. What was it? Through Virginia, parts of Virginia. But other than that, it wasn't bad. We did do it in one shot. But yeah, I think it was the right choice. And we had a car to use down there. I was telling John, so I got 2 things off my bucket list on this road trip. So on the way down, we went to the south of the border. If you are from the East Coast and your family, when you were a kid or you know, when you had kids, the family tradition is you stop at south of the border, which is a big time rest stop with Pedro, Big Sombrero, at the border of North and South Carolina. It was the big thing when I was young. You would see billboards out like starting 250, 300 miles out. Let me say it has fallen off. It has become seedy.
not only is it fallen off and seedy, but you realize that, and again, we didn't think in these terms 50 years ago when I was a little kid. It's real racist. Everything about south of the border has like that racist overtone. I've worked with people of Mexican descent in the food industry my entire life, and they all have the same reaction to south of the border. Yeah, they're not nasty, but they're just like, yeah, you guys are.
So
that
is,
would be
is,
like
is south of the border like a truck stop or like a restaurant or something like that? What is exactly?
Yes to all those things.
It's
It's
all,
got a
yes.
gift shop,
Yeah.
truck
So it's
stop,
like a Love's or a Stuckey's or something like that.
Motels,
and everything is
campsites. It was like a big destination at one point.
everything is Mexican themed. But when I say Mexican themed, I mean Speedy Gonzalez.
Yeah.
You know how
Like-
Buc-ee's is racist against people who can't afford braces? South of the border is racist against other people.
Wait a minute, Kyle. That's the second part of my story, right? So
The show is loaded, basically, so whenever you're ready.
we're ready?
all right, well, not yet. I'm still in the middle of the anecdote.
Oh,
See?
okay.
I told you, Kyle.
You got a Bucky story?
Longer than take you to load the show. So on the way down, I wanted to stop there because the last time I stopped there with my daughter, she was in a car seat. So it was kind of coming full circle. It was seedy. The tacos we had, again, kind of ethnic, but it was good. But it was seedy. And my daughter was a good sport about it. I made her take selfies with us, the big sombrero, all that. They do along the way. We did not stop at one. It was that or Waffle House. And for me, it's always Waffle House. So on the way back, we stopped at Buc-ee's, the Disneyland of rest stops. Oh my God. It's about 20 miles south of the border. Oh my God, it was slammed. I kid you not. Getting off 95, there was actually a traffic jam to get in there. There are people everywhere. Okay, the place, the store, the rest stop, true, cleanest bathrooms I've ever seen in a
Well,
rest
that's
stop.
the thing. Google Maps, Apple Maps, or whatever, all these things now, they're apps letting you know Waze, I imagine. If you're hitting a rest stop and only 50% of the people give it a thumbs up, keep driving because it's a murder scene. When you get to a rest stop that's got 90% thumbs up, okay, it's clean and I can
Dude,
stop
I
there.
doubt truckers stop there anymore because the traffic was so thick. You know, a trucker's on, he's on the job. He wants to get in and out as quickly as, there's no way you can do that there. The rest stop itself, the store itself, dude, it's the size of a super Walmart. I kid you not. And they sell everything. I go to the bathroom, down the hallways, line down the hallways. They're selling paintings. I'm not even kidding you.
Huh.
One of the best barbecue brisket sandwiches I ever had. I got
Really? Let me tell you this. I think Buc-ee's is supremely overrated, right?
I do not.
So they just
Sheets for
built
life.
one. They built one like a couple towns over. It was a big deal. They pay well. I know, but you're right. Every time I go there, it's like super busy because it's like halfway between here and my girlfriend's house, right? So I'll stop there just to get some Gatorade or get a soda or something. Man, it's always way too busy. I'd rather go to the Chevron across the street, not have to wait for anything, right? And honestly, like their food, like I've tried the brisket sandwich. I've tried, like, I don't like sweet barbecue sauces, and it just tasted like sugar and pork. You know what I'm saying? Or beef. And I was just like,
No,
I
you
was just
could've
not
gotten-
into it. I've
you
tried
could've
their
gotten
burritos. I've
other
tried their
things.
chicken. I've tried all this stuff. I think it's overrated.
I'm with Robbie. I don't like sweet barbecue. And here in South Jersey, sweet barbecue has become
Yeah,
king.
you're missing my point though.
Oh, I'm
They
sorry.
only had 90 other things on the menu. He didn't have to have the barbecue.
Yeah, but
You could've
everything
got
else I've had, I didn't like. I've tried their their burritos, and I've tried their they have other things. I don't remember what it was, but like I don't know. Like they do have good peach
They have
rings,
everything, dude. I could buy a grill there.
and it's
and a
way too
picture on the
crazy.
wall.
It's way too crazy. It's way
Right.
too many people. Way too many people. Way
There
too many
are.
people just going in there to take photos with the stupid beaver or whatever the hell, or buy like a T-shirt or
Yeah,
something.
So get this. My
What
daughter
Dwayne
and I
said
go.
is right. That's for beef. That's a place for beef jerky and fudge.
My,
You grab road trip snacks, you gas up, I'm out.
we actually went somewhere
Use
else.
the bathroom.
We actually
I have
went
had
somewhere-
some good. I had a ghost pepper beef jerky from them. That was the best thing I've ever had from there.
I'll give
So.
you the Bucky nuggets, the puff corn that's coated in caramel. I'll give you
No,
that.
My daughter got the candy coated cashews.
The cashews are
Were
good,
really
but
good.
their version of Cracker Jack is light years ahead of Cracker Jack. Like light years. I've watched people destroy.
Have you had Cracker Jack lately, John? It's like the saddest thing ever, right? Because nobody buys it anymore, man. It's like
Really? I make it at home now because it's just too easy to mix up some caramel and whatever and just
yeah,
sort of.
your prize now is like a QR code to get like an app game on your phone or something. It's just
No, that's awful, man.
So wait a minute. So you
It
mentioned
is the end of days.
you mentioned the Bucky mascot. So my daughter and I go to Disney Magic Kingdom on Saturday. Of course, we never take a picture with the characters. We go. My daughter was mortified. We go to Bucky's and there's a big beaver, and then we take a picture with the mascot. She's like, "Dad, are you serious?" I'm like, "Flip, get in the picture. We're taking a picture."
Do you want the
So-
$80 when I die or not?
So I spent, what are you kidding, $80. I spent that at Disney. So we got that, a couple of T-shirts, the brisket. She got the cashews, bag of chips, a couple of Cokes, and then we ended up getting gas further down the road because it was too crowded. It was going to take too long. Yeah, I mean, we had a long drive, but it was cool. I'm glad we went.
I'll tell you what, if you're ever down in the South, right? You're ever down in the South,
Yeah.
and it's early in the morning, past the Buc-ee's,
I'm sorry that happened, man. I saw
Find-
your Facebook post.
find the most shady, old-looking convenience store you can find that looks like it's been run by the same couple since the 1930s. Get breakfast there. That's where you're gonna get it. That's the best stuff ever.
Dude,
I'm telling
You
you.
gotta have easy turn on and turn off. So Waffle House it was. Okay. Love Waffle House.
I want to see an old woman making my pancakes who's married to a Confederate soldier when I'm down south.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
if
I
you're
want.
down here and you want barbecue, find a place that's made out of like wood planks and bricks, and just like
I'm
looks like.
I'm not interested in like I said, South Jersey's become filled with sweet barbecue, and it's not my thing. There's one guy down in Pennsville who's doing a Hawaiian style barbecue that's spicy, like real spicy, and people are like, "Oh no, that's too spicy." I'm like, "Quiet, let him cook."
Sheets. There is only one Sheets on the way down, so we did not stop because I have other opportunities to get to Sheets. But
Well, Kyle's like a
so much.
player in the industry. He's an influencer, so that's why he.
Yeah, but
I have to go take a picture with a sledgehammer in front of the site of a future Sheets this week.
I thought he was
Because
going
they want
to
me
take a picture of the sledgehammer in front of a Wawa. I'm like, that would have been funny.
so
Well, there is an available location in downtown Philly that, is interested that Sheets is interested in.
I heard they weren't moving some sort of mutual short instruction with Wawa.
Well, they're both sort of moving in parallel.
Yeah,
They
they
want
won't
to
go east-west.
Wawa is coming to Detroit.
Yeah, Wawa's coming to Detroit.
Really?
They did whatever agreement they had. Wawa's coming to Detroit, and somebody said over at Treasure Island in Las Vegas, they have an empty spot where they want to put a Wawa
Really?
in Las Vegas, which is insane.
Well, they've already completed their conquest of Florida. There are Wawas everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
They even have the Kelsey specials.
That's the only place I've ever seen a Wawa was in Florida. I've seen them there. Yeah.
When you
I've
were
seen
at
all over the
MegaCon,
place
you
there.
probably saw it.
Yeah, when I was at MegaCon. I was trying to get everybody to stop at one, but our thing is we stop at Love's because Love's has like a whole bunch of stuff that you might need, and they're always connected to a little restaurant or whatever. But
Yeah, Love's has toiletries. I mean, I literally went on a road trip and left my toiletry bag out of my duffel bag.
So while we're telling gas station stories, we'll do a fast one. We're at Comics Pro in Pittsburgh, and there's a tour bus of comics professionals, publishers, everybody going to comic shops. And somebody goes, "I want a coffee," and I berate the bus driver to take us to Sheets, and then have to spend the whole time teaching these people how to order at Sheets. And it's like, oh, hey, Philip Sablik from Boom at the time. This is how you order. Oh, hey, guys from Distillery. This is how you order. Oh, hey, Miss Jen, just use my points. Just be done.
If we had...
I've been to Sheets. It is different. You just don't roll in and
Yeah, exactly.
They have their method, and clearly it's successful. They're
we had more time because we Disney ended up taking...
Do you want to sell them a couple comics before we leave?
Yeah, well, maybe.
What's
If
the
we had
discount
more
gonna look
time,
like?
I would have made the Sheet stop, but there were so many places to hit. So, and Bucky's ended up taking more time than I had mapped out because I didn't expect it to be that slammed. I mean, it was absolutely slammed. And I got to admit, they were pretty efficient about moving people along. I mean, it's crowded.
There's
but
2
out
times
there
a year
really
the 95 corridor is a nightmare.
Yeah.
Summer and Christmas time and the holidays.
And weird.
And
All right. Let's get to it then. All right. We were supposed to go 15 minutes because Kyle needed time to
I'm
watch the show.
sure that the
and we
prices
crushed that.
I'm sure the prices will reflect that people had to wait and sit through our conversation. Although, Robbie gets paid $11 either way.
We never cared before. Why should we start now, right?
I'm just trying to make them feel better.
Okay, it's not working.
Never.
All right. So to start, as usual, we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set. 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher, and we've got it as always $5 to the group. And our grab bags are now down to $1 a comic. We got the Dynamic Forces grab bag 3-pack, DC, Marvel, and Indie, and we got that for $3. Then we have the 7-pack.
Ours are significantly cheaper than Amazon's. I've recently seen that Amazon is starting to sell comics, back issues. Our prices are significantly lower than theirs. Like significantly. I saw 10 books, $24, and I'm like, hey, what? I'm not sure what books are they? Just 10 random books.
They clearly do not watch our show. All right, so then we got the 15-pack, and we got that for $15. Then the X-Men 20-pack, 20 random X-Men titles from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Then we got the grab bag combo, all 5 grab bags for $25. Now that is a deal.
Yeah, you won't find that kind of deal at Bucky's, will you?
You might, you never know. I didn't have enough time to search the whole store. So I wanted to, but my daughter was, we got to hit the road. All right. So
From
then,
what I've been told, that all the X-Men prices, I don't know if it's the comic, I don't know if it's the new series, but the different stores I've talked to and the different people working different stores, they're all saying there's like this general sort of slow inflation of X-Men back issues and cost. And I don't know if that's just, between Philly and Atlantic City where I live.
No, that's everywhere. It's X-Men 97
Everywhere?
in the upcoming reboot is kind of, and Wolverine and Deadpool is kind of putting a little bit more spotlight on it.
I kind of thought that, but I wasn't sure if it was, essentially the entire network is made up of retailers. So I was wondering if, I was watching a couple different shows and nobody specifically mentioned it, but the X-Men back issues might be a good time to, pick them up at our price rather than, wait until, like Robbie said, Deadpool and Wolverine is #1 in the country for 3 weeks in a row.
Bucky starts buying them, in droves and drives up the price. All right. So,
You're going to be working for Amazon soon.
or Bucky.
I prefer Bucky's, man.
I did buy a t-shirt. After all that, we were rushing, grabbing stuff. It was $70. And my daughter goes, what did we spend $70 on? I have no idea. A couple of brisket sandwiches, 2 Cokes, a bag of chips, the cashews. She bought a thing of cheese and grapes, and then 2 t-shirts. Bang, $70.
For my godson years ago, I bought, and I feel bad because I forget the caster who did it, but there is a Wolverine sort of cold bisque where it's just his hand with the claws. And at the time, my godson would sell his soul to get one. So I bought him one. This is 11, 12, 13 years ago. The last time I was at the house, it's buried under a ton of his stuff. And on one claw is hanging boat keys, and on one claw is hanging his car keys. And I'm just like, dude. So apparently he cleans it and he takes it to a show out towards Allentown, PA.
Is Bucky's Buccees?
I think so,
Yes,
yeah.
I think
It's
so.
a weird spelling.
And it's that. What's the mascot?
The beaver.
Beaver.
Bucky's.
It kinda
It's
looks
like Bucky Beaver. It's
Yeah.
got
Kind of
the-
looks like the beaver from The Boys season 3, where.
Oh my God. Now I love Bucky's even more. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, when Noir was talking, when the beaver was coming out.
He's having the brain aneurysm
Tomorrow
or
I'll
whatever.
wear the t-shirt. Or not tomorrow, Wednesday's show.
$70 t-shirt.
Well, I know everything was $70, Nick. Okay? And we might be able to sell them some of the original comic art. So lined in the bathrooms is artwork for sale. I'm not even playing.
What?
Okay? So they're cleanest bathrooms I've ever seen in a restaurant. So you go in and it makes the T, right? One side women's, one side men's. Along that wall is artwork for sale. I'm not even playing. With prices and everything.
Really?
$190, $200.
It's artwork.
Comic artwork.
No,
I
but
was going to say comic
hey,
artwork.
hey, wouldn't comic
Nick,
artwork
I'll get the
be a
car.
little bit
Oh,
better for
trust
that?
me. No Crisis. You know what? Crisis 7 pages are fine as long as it's not 8.
I
know,
like
right?
the brisket. Robbie does not. It says too sweet. I'm a big fan of brisket.
Everybody hit that thumbs up. I saw
Thank
like 35 people watching.
For Bucky's.
Anyway, my godson sells this thing to a dealer for over $200. I don't remember what I paid for it, but this thing's out of the box. He said he dusted it off a little bit. And I was just surprised that, usually dealers at shows are not spending that sort of money. But he brought it to the show and he said, I wanted to sell it. And the first guy offered him nothing for it. And then another guy said, oh, is that the blank? And he had the card and everything he came with, COA. The guy gave him $200 and it's not in a box. So I was almost tempted to ask my godson for, my kit back that I paid for it, but apparently that wouldn't have been okay.
All
So
right.
yeah, the X-Men, take a peek at those, man. I if people are going to make money, I'd rather it be people who are, watching our show.
All right, let's get to the cover sketches. Got some nice ones tonight. All right, so first up we got Spider-Man: Shadow of the Green Goblin #1, signed with a Howard the Duck sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Look at that, not bad, huh?
I was talking to Mariano about this, and this was sort of like a labor of love for these guys. And Howard the Duck is one of those characters that has its little niche audience or whatever. They enjoy doing this a lot. And
Yeah.
I had said somewhere out there, I don't know if it'll be in the chat tonight, but for someone out there, this is their book. Their moment has come.
So suggested retail of $129.99. We have tonight for $75. All right, so these have been, Mariano loved them. They've been pretty popular, I'd say. Vampirella #1, Carousel with Carousel cover sketch with Vampirella by Jessica Court and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $149.99, and we've got it for $85.
I like these a lot, actually. I'm waiting till I can announce what my custom Carousel will be, but I was told to not be specific yet. But I'm having one made. Not that these aren't good, but I'm having one made.
All right, so
Whose sketch is it?
the Vampirella Carousel.
Vampirella Carousel, Jessica Court.
Vampirella Jessica Court. Got it. Whatever that other word is you're saying isn't in the night name, and I got all confused.
Oh, that's really, really freaking cool.
Yeah,
Great collars too. Great collars.
Yeah, everything about this is. I'm hoping someone takes this. This is very, very.
So
who is this? Who is this an homage of? Is this who is it? Jose? I'm going to get it wrong. Gonzalez? Who is it?
I'm gonna start saying Jose Luis Garcia, and you're gonna say no, that's not it.
No, not him.
Not him. I know. I always do that. I feel so bad.
All right, so suggested retail of $149.99, and we've got it for $85 tonight.
It's almost like she used a seance to channel the energy for this. And I'm annoyed because I can't think of his name now, but Triple B will probably remember it. This might actually be something that's up Triple B's alley, man. I would like to see the unboxing video for this. These things are really, really cool. I'm hoping they catch on. The people who've got them really dig them. They're cool to have something that's both original art, so to speak, and just different. It's just not.
And for those that don't know, so this is like basically a die cut cover, and there's like a film on the cover, and that the image of Vampirella is on that film, right? And then the background is on the cover beneath that cover, right?
I was kind of hoping Nick would come back and take this out of the. I'm not taking this out of the plastic, but
well, I am.
If you want to take it out of the plastic and show them how it works, this thing is so cool. It's one of those things where they kind of have to see it.
It's kind of like that Wolverine Origins cover.
Yes.
With the acetate overlay.
Well, the first time I saw these, Triple B was like one of the first people in the chat that he came to mind. I'm like, and I was waiting for one that would sort of be his real.
So you can sort of see how it's constructed. All right. Let me see here. So this is the back of it.
Jose Gonzalez is who we were thinking of, Robbie.
See, so background is here. So it's kind of like a real carousel. The only thing is it's in the cover of comic. So when Mariano constructs this, he's got the X-Acto knife out.
Yes, CJ, it's very similar to an animation cell.
Yes,
I have a box full of those I got from the old WB store, if anybody even remembers those.
I do remember those.
I spent an embarrassing amount of money that I used
back when malls were a thing too.
Back when malls were a thing, I would get prints of. I got probably the most valuable thing I have is a cell from Fleischer Brothers, which is my favorite version of Superman.
All right, so this one I like a lot. All right, so it's Batman Robin Lives number 428 with Carrie Kelly, Robin sketch by Tony Scott. And he is another one of those guys that Mariano found that is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, that looks great.
I sent Mariano a text one day of fantasy, fantasy putting people with books, what I want to see them do.
All right, so this one suggested retail is $129.99. We have it for $75. Yeah, there you go, Marcus. So then we've got a Jessica Court. This one's nice as well.
Oh, you know what? I am not the biggest Batman fan, but this is very cool.
Spider-Gwen Shadow Clones number 1 with Scarlet Witch sketch by Jessica Court. It's just a retail of $129.99, and we've got it for $75.
Oh, sharp.
Right?
It's sharp. It's sort
Creative
of.
Keep. Are you claiming the Scarlet Witch? I'm assuming that you are. Creative Keep. Spider Gwen. Yes, you are. Okay. Richard Huff. I'm sorry, buddy. He beat you to it. John, I'm assuming you're claiming the same thing. He beat you to it, my friend. I'm sorry, bud. All right.
I'm assuming the other guys don't remind you so often, but when you type claim, please type a word that describes the book you're trying to claim so that we don't have to go through this rigmarole. Thank you.
Yeah, Creative Keep wants this book.
What Kyle said.
What Kyle said, yeah, but Creative Keep wants the Spider
I got that
book.
part. All right, you got it, Creative.
Scarlet Witch is sort of having like a little bit the last, I don't know, they kind of pushed her in a bunch of roles, like she wiped out humanity, this, that, whatever. I really like the book that they did with her, and she had like a bookshop in like a little upstate New York town. I just thought that book was really cool. It only ran, I'm going to say 10 issues. That might not even be right.
Well, it's actually that's the Steve Orlando one, right? And it's like they keep rebooting it, but it's basically the same story. So it's kind of like the same thing. They just keep rebooting it. They just rebooted it again. There's a new #1 on shelves right now.
Oh, right now, is there? I think this is a thing where if you had rolled up on me 20 years ago, I would have been like, yeah, the Scarlet Witch is okay, but I'm probably not buying the book. Right. But now they've sort of taken the things that I would have bought 20, 30 years ago in directions where I'm finding new characters with newer creators like Jed McKay and Black Cat. I used to thought Black Cat was like a terrible Spider-Man throwaway villain. Jed McKay decides to jump in with Black Cat, and he makes that character like, I'm going in and I'm buying the book.
Right.
And people are like, why are you buying this book? Because it's really, really good. Jed McKay is one of those creators that it seems like whatever the guy touches, okay, I'm in.
All right. So, Kyle, I know you said around this time we'll take our first break due to the problem.
Let's give him 15 minutes more due to all the beaver talk.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay, whatever.
All right. So,
Just let us know, bud. However,
next up, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp #1 with Avengers #223, homage by Joe Del Beato and Elvis Cardona. It's just a retail of $129.99. We have tonight for $75.
Elvis is another artist that
definitely
Mariano sort of, digging for gold, found one, and this is very cool. I think I've actually had a couple different versions of this. There's at one point I actually owned a commission of this cover, but with Green Arrow and the Atom.
Oh, right. Okay.
That I got at a con. I saw somebody doing it, and everybody's like, oh, and I was like, yeah, I want this. It was like one of those knee-jerk things. And when people look at it now, it's funny. They look at it and they're like, wait, like there's something not right. Like they know who's supposed to be there, and it's just not right. And I'm like, yeah, it's just it was like an artist alley thing. I think it was like $50, and it was Richard Huff. I love Black Cat too, and like I said, if you had asked me that even 5, 6, 7 years ago, that would have not been the case. I'd have been like Catwoman ripoff, terrible throwaway Spider-Man. But no, they found a way to kind of craft a little, like a little corner for her in the Marvel universe. I tell anyone, if you're looking for something, to kind of get into, I'm like an Avengers guy, and they've gone too far for me. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, there's only so many times you can rebuild, destroy the world, reboot it. Marvel now is where DC was like 10-ish years ago. It's just endless events and reboots and crossovers. And I just kind of sigh and eventually read it on Marvel Unlimited. It's not like it's not like a priority for me. Black Cat, I'm just like, yeah, when that hits the shelf, put it in the box. I'll be over.
All right. So next up, we got
Iron Cat was good too.
We got the signed books. Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77, signed in silver by Jeff Parker. It's just a retail of $69.99. We have it tonight for $35.
I honestly think I probably should have this and just bill Jeff. I mean, he kind of owes me. He hasn't done any Agents of Atlas stuff in years.
Whatever you got to do.
Imagine that instead of a check, he gets an invoice.
What the hell's this?
That would be my greatest moment as a comic book fan, having a creator invoiced.
All right, next up we have Batman number 99, Joker War, signed by James Tynion IV. It's just a retail of $49.99. We've got tonight for $25. All right, next up we got Future Imperfect number 1, Elite Gold Signature Series, signed by Greg Land.
Oh, nice.
Suggested retail of $89.99. We've got tonight for $35. All right, then we got Black Panther, Man Without Fear, number 513, signed by Francesco Francavilla. It's just a retail of $69.99, and we've got that for $30.
I've met him at a couple different cons very briefly, and I got to tell you, this guy is probably one of the most mellow, nice guys I have met at a con. Like,
he's so cool. He's so cool, and he's so into horror. When I first met him, John, I just wanted to talk to him about horror, and he goes, "Oh yeah, check this out," because I started talking about Italian horror, and he had this print that I bought, but it's an odd size, so I haven't gotten a frame for it yet. But it's Dario Argento, and it's for like somewhere in Italy. They were doing like a presentation on Argento and like showing some of his movies, and it says like Profondo Argento or something like that, and it's just beautiful. But it's Dario Argento by Francisco Francavilla, and it's just glorious. I got to get that framed up.
He gave me this great answer on Twitter. I guess it was maybe a year or two ago. I had asked for more Black Beetle because his Black Beetle is amazing, and he even said to me, he's like, he appreciated it, but if he was going to squeeze in another book, it wouldn't be a pulp book. It would be a horror book. And I just thought that the honesty of that was very cool. You know what I mean? He's like, I'm already like sun up to sundown working, but if I could squeeze in anher book, it's not the Black Beetle.
Yeah, and he's got a new one out. He's got a new one out right now from Distillery with Scott Snyder, White Boat, which was actually pretty good.
I have not read that yet.
All right.
I mean, he did the the Night of the Ghoul thing?
Yeah, Night of the Ghoul. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen recently better horror art than that for that series. I mean, not to bash any other creators or anything, but that his art sort of makes that book for me. It's a very cool idea. It's kind of unique. I really love it. It's old Hollywood vibe, which is cool. But his art takes the story from being interesting to being creepy.
All right, next up, Life with Archie, comic numbers 36. First printing, Michael Allred cover, signed with silver.
Which one do we got?
The one before it, the Black Panther. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, we'll go back to it.
So that is just retail $69.99. We have for $25. I'm gonna make this the night special. I'm gonna slash that to $15 just to get things moving.
Oh man. And Archie is having the renaissance of its lifetime. It has been for what? Isn't Afterlife with Archie 10 years old now, Robbie?
That seems almost right. Maybe like it might be older than that. The sad thing is Afterlife with Archie hasn't ever finished, and that's speaking of Francisco Francavilla, right?
Yeah, right.
And it's not his fault though. Like the writer was the guy who was behind the Riverdale show, and he does like musical work. Like he's like super big. 2013 is when it started. Yeah, 11
years ago. 2013?
Yeah.
I remember there was a time where Archie, Archie's in the supermarket. It's what little kids read.
Yeah.
You always find like a weird grandma who reads it because she's babysitting. You know what I mean? Or you've got that aunt who reads it because she's been reading it Summers at the Beach since she was a kid. And now she's still sticking like 3 or 4 of them in her bag from the supermarket and racing out to the beach. But the last 10, 11 years, they sort of pulled Archie Comics into the conversation with all these other publishers.
Right.
Some of the stuff they do, I mean, like at some point you've got like Mark Waid writing Archie, and you're like, what? Like you just would never have expected that. And Archie horror, which is kind of like a subgenre of the subgenre, I forgot how good some of that stuff was when I was a little kid. I started to go back and read some of the stuff I had. The new Archie horror is very good. A lot of that stuff is predicated on Archie horror from like the 60s and 70s.
Right.
It's really good. It's really, really good. Any of you retailers out there that have old Archie horror, dig it out and put it front and center, man, because that stuff is very cool.
All right. So next up.
Thank you, Marcus.
Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1027, cover by Scott Campbell.
Is this the thing you need me to hold up?
No.
Okay.
No. Batman Batgirl variants, Silver Signature Series signed by John Romita Jr. It's just a retail of $149.99. We've got it for $75.
This almost reminds me of like Daniel Brereton a little bit.
So
is it me, Robbie? I mean,
Mike is claiming. Sorry, missed that, Mike. Yeah, we certainly can, Mike. Let me just write that down. Mike Asbill. Right.
I think it's the colors that give you that vibe, John.
Yeah, you know what? You might be right. You might be right, because I'm looking at it and it's like yes and no. But I think you're exactly right. I think it's the colors.
All right, then
that's J. Scott Campbell, right? Isn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, so then we got Edge of Spider-Verse number 3, signed in silver by Steve Fox. Suggested retail is $69.99.
Star Spider.
All right, we had it 35. We're gonna do this one for 15 as well.
Oh, is Large Man here? It's the Spider-Man book. Don't you just invoice him and send it to him?
Claim Edge. All right, you got it. You got it, Richard. Hold on, let me just write that down. Got Richard off there.
I always wonder what artists from, and I don't want to say yesterday because I'm sure some of them are still working, but I'm almost wondering how you don't see certain artists that, even 10, 15, 20 years ago that people were like, pulling the door off the comic book shop to get, and you just don't see them anymore. I remember at one point, everything Daniel Brereton did was just gone. If you didn't get to the store or have a copy reserved, it was gone. It didn't matter what he drew. And I cannot remember the last time I've seen that guy with a book, even in like an indie book or something.
All right, so next up we got Cable and Deadpool number 25, signed by writer Dwayne Sorinsky. Suggested retail of $29.99. We're gonna do that for $15.
Slashing prices because people had to wait for the show to start.
They did. All right. So then,
and I'll tell you right now, this thing won't be $15 when the movie, like anything with Deadpool's name on it. I don't know.
Soon too, man.
I don't know if we're gonna get a Cable appearance, cameo. But I would, this is one of these things where I would buy now. I wouldn't wait.
Josh Brolin says he's not in the movie, but Andrew Garfield said the same thing about the Spider-Man movie, right? So
that's exactly what I thought too. Not everybody is Tom Holland, and doesn't interview
and breaks the contract.
45 pages of dialogue during a podcast. I could totally see where Josh Brolin would be a guy that would be like, no, that's not happening, because he's got that sort of, that laconic no, and you just kind of believe him. But I could totally see that.
All right, so tonight's giveaway, I totally forgot, is Infinity Countdown, Adam Warlock. And Kyle, you make up the hashtag tonight.
How about everybody who comments is just entered?
Oh, nice.
You can do that? I know you can do that.
Sure you can.
I can now. Yeah. I just did.
He just did.
Well, there you go.
Because I forgot there was a giveaway. I didn't read the form well enough. So I'm ill prepared.
If you've commented, you are in the giveaway.
Lorena,
now, if you've won in the last 30 days and you're on my list, I won't even acknowledge that we pulled your name, and I will just re-roll.
We will hunt you down.
Wow, man.
All right. So, all right, let's do best offer. Okay.
We do best offer?
We are. So we've got the new Teen Titans number 1. It is a best offer book at $3, starting at $3. So, go ahead.
Is that newsstand? I'm trying to see what that is.
I don't know. It should be there somewhere. It should be on the rack.
And this is what, volume 2, right? Technically, like New Teen Titans volume 2, right?
That's what I'm thinking. This should be volume 2.
Yeah, it's got to be volume 2 because in volume 1, number 1, Nightwing is Robin still. So.
It's Robin. Yeah, it's not.
Dwayne,
Dwayne's up to 5. So
Dwayne's at 5. Gotcha, Dwayne.
Yeah, the Baxter edition. Okay, yeah.
this is a very cool book, man. I'm surprised this is the best offer, but
Becky
I guess we'll see.
6.
Becky's at 6. You know what's so funny? This just occurred to me. These are the kind of books that Becky picks up.
It is.
I've noticed this. Becky just sort of slides on in, and the next thing you know, she's got her bag full of stuff. And I was like, you can always tell certain people will like certain things.
All right, Dwayne. Well, I don't know.
I don't.
Can you,
sir? That's not how it works.
you can, I guess, but all right. That seems somewhat counterproductive.
I was going to say,
whatever.
I'm not sure how Patrick going to explain it to him. These are your books, sir.
Is it 8?
Preston's up to 10. How long are we going to do this best offer film?
I'm not sure.
7:30?
I'm not sure. Into the first break, I guess. We'll do that. All right. So Becky is 11.
Dwayne with a 15 right before that.
Yeah, I was going to say so. It's
15. All right, Preston is at 16.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought Preston just upped his own bid. I was like,
Becky,
never mind.
Folded. Gotcha, Becky. So Preston is at 16.
You probably have to decide when this is getting cut off.
Well, we'll get right. Yeah. Well, Kyle said we go to break around now, so we'll see if there's any new bidders, and if there isn't, we'll go to break and we'll get back. If nobody's put anything else on, we'll give it to Preston as the winner.
Yeah, and we come back from break, we'll do that Black Panther book too,
So,
and we'll show it.
Yes,
you know,
yes, we will. All right, so Kyle, we might as well go to break now and give everybody a chance to. Ooh,
Dwayne's at 20.
20.
Listen, I mean, this is a sweet book to have. I can.
All right, so Kyle, should we go to break? All right, Preston folds.
He's doing an influencer video. He doesn't have time to answer your questions.
Well, I can't do it without him.
Well, I just keep waiting for people to slow down the bidding so I can stop clicking on things. But yeah, we can take a break, and if nobody has bid up Dwayne from 20 by the time we get back, you want to call it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds fair, I guess,
Perfect.
Right? So
right,
you guys, you got a break. Otherwise, it's Dwayne.
Yeah.
Thanks, Big. We'll be back in a little bit, everybody.
We'll be right back.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it.
Something is speaking to you.
Buy more comics.
Just at the edge of your perception.
Buy more comics.
Your senses fill with visions of vortices.
360 comics.
Slowly drawing you to one thundering epiphany.
360 comics! 360 comics!
The universe is telling you to shop with 360 Comics. Joe's got amazing stock from high dollar to $5 books from Silver Age to modern, CGC, variant covers, and more. 360 Comics every Wednesday at 9 Eastern, part of The Experience. You love comic books. You collect comic books. But even if you own a rare, expensive issue, it's still a copy. How would you like to own a piece of comic book history? The actual art pages the comics were made from? Oh no, you say. That's too expensive. Regular people can't afford that stuff. Can they? Nick Ferrucci says yes. Join the founder of Dynamite Entertainment for the original art experience on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Incredible art at almost unbelievable prices. Does he have some high dollar pieces for the high rollers? Sure. But Nick always makes sure to find amazing pieces priced for the fledgling collector. You can collect original comic art. The Original Art Experience. Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Part of The Experience.
back. I have no idea where John went. All right, so Preston, you got it, buddy. You are the winner at 20, my friend.
Congratulations.
All right.
It's Dwayne at 20. Make sure you write Dwayne.
Yeah, no, I got it, bud.
All right.
The problem
said
is John
Preston,
done
I got
grabbed that.
scared.
The problem is John done grabbed that book and ran out and got in his car and took off. That's what happened. I think that's where he's at. I think with Dwayne's book.
What is the book missing?
All right, so I don't know how often people stay in those hotels where you get the free breakfast every morning, right? So we're at a hotel in Florida, and we got that, and I saw the greatest thing I ever saw. John probably knows about this, right? Usually those places have a waffle maker, and what they have is a batter that they dispense, and you have a little Dixie cup. And if you've done anything with youth sports, when the kids get there, by the time you don't get there first thing in the morning, by the time the kids are done with it, there's batter everywhere.
Yeah.
You know. So this was a pancake maker. It was the most amazing thing I ever saw. You push the button,
Yep.
and 2 pancakes fall out of the pancake conveyor belt. Yes. I'm looking at this thing. My parents were so impressed. Okay. They ended up trying to buy one for their own house, but it turns out they lease it. They don't sell the machine, but you got to buy the batter from them.
Yeah.
Because it comes in a special plastic and they hook it up. But it's the neatest thing. You push the button, 2 pancakes fly out. All right.
A good friend of mine I worked with a long time ago, she worked for a food science company that worked on part of that project. And I remember she was saying,
that was brilliant.
She's
whatever
like,
it was.
I grew
Whoever
up
came
on
with
like
that.
the Play-Doh Fun Factory and the Easy Bake Oven. She's like, they're working on one of those for real. We didn't talk for a while. I stopped at a Hilton-owned hotel. I forget what it was. It was one of the sort of like sub-brands or whatever. I go down in the morning. I see they had Lavazza coffee. And I'm like, oh, cool. They have halfway decent coffee. And then I look over and I see a whole line of people waiting. And they were all waiting for the pancake machine.
Huh.
And they're hitting the button. Pancakes are coming out. And I was just like, it's
TJ, yeah, you could call it that. So
it's wild.
I actually looked in the little window and see it come
We're
out.
so close to the Jetsons. We're so close.
It's really, and I didn't put this together until right now. We stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. Maybe that's why we played so well.
Did you win?
Not every Holiday Inn Express has it. One of the last hotels we stayed at didn't have free breakfast, which that's like a staple for me. Like I love breakfast hotel. I never eat breakfast on the normal, but if I'm out of town and I want breakfast, right?
I'm getting it.
The last place they didn't have breakfast. They didn't have free breakfast because there was an IHOP attached to it, which I didn't mind because that's where I met Jay Lee eating blueberry pancakes. But then one time we were in Memphis and we got this hotel and we went in there and it was like school cafeteria runny scrambled eggs and like some hard biscuits. And that was like it. But there's a place when I go to Heroes Con in Charlotte, when we stay at the Embassy Suites in downtown, right next to the convention center, it's where Chris Claremont, Walt Simonson, Wheezy, Larry Hama, it's where they like to stay because they got the best breakfast ever. It is the most amazing hotel breakfast I've ever been able to partake in. It's beautiful. Anyway, I just wanted to share those stories.
So
It's
not wrong.
I'm more interested in doing a show about a machine that poops pancakes than I am selling comic books because
I haven't seen the pancake pooper myself. I've never seen one of those. So
the pancake machine was a Hilton exclusive for the first 2 years, and then just this year it started branching out.
Okay,
and I know because I will only stay at hotels with a pancake machine.
I thought I was going to say you only stayed at Elton's, but okay, that makes sense.
Or a restaurant attached that doesn't give you free breakfast, but for Robbie reasons, because you never know who you're going to run into.
It's true.
I gotta tell you,
you might run into Jay Lee at 2:00 in the morning eating blueberry pancakes. You never know.
At Gen Con one year,
you can eat whatever he wants, man. That guy's work is insane.
So
at Gen Con one year, I ran into Will Wheaton at the omelet station at the hotel breakfast. So like, that's my rule. If you have to pay for breakfast, I'm there, or you have to have a pancake machine. Otherwise, I'm out.
All right, and another thing about the free breakfast.
Very quick Will Wheaton story. I'm at a con a few years ago, and I'm staying at the Hilton Bayfront. This is in San Diego. and some of the Star Trek people are there. There's kind of like a bar off to the side, and during con week they sort of turn it into where people go and do pictures and signatures and stuff like that. Well, some of the Next Generation people were there. LeVar Burton, he was there. Anyway, someone said something about the hotels. A lot of those guys stay at a hotel over in the Gaslamp district. As we were waiting, he overheard me and another person say that we were staying at the Hilton at this bayfront. And he looks up and he said, he didn't hear who said it, but Will looks up and said, some of you guys are staying at this hotel? He's like, I was in Star Trek The Next Generation and I can't afford to stay at this hotel. And it was, I don't know if how serious he was, but it was like the funniest, most realist experience I've had.
Well, let's be honest, John. I doubt he was the highest paid actor on TNG. Okay, let's.
John, Robbie, I think it's shameful how you use these stories to try to cover your name dropping. Okay, I just find it shameful. I really do. Okay, so on to more practical matters.
Robbie's a bigger name dropper than I am because he.
Kyle did it too. Kyle's like just the producer. He popped in and like dropped some names. Man, come on.
Yeah, all of you. It's really.
You probably want to go meet some people.
You people are shameful. Shame on you. Okay.
Eventually, I'm gonna come to New Jersey, and we're gonna do the show from a bar, and it's gonna be who can drop more names in an hour, me or John.
Well,
I'm just
gonna
who
be
can show
there
pictures to prove it.
I can find.
I'll just be there for the beer
and see if I can find
act
some
like I'm
pictures, but
keeping score. When in
I
actuality,
can find a beer sponsor for this.
When I'm actually going to stick John with the bill. Okay, so I'm just going to act like I'm helping you guys keep score.
You know what? If we did this, I would ask my friend if he would brew a batch of show beer for the show. Like we'll call it like hashtag.
Okay, so now Kyle's gonna have to counter with I'm gonna call my barbecue buddies.
No, I want Kyle to do barbecue.
Yeah, and
you guys make whatever beer you want.
So, Robbie, give me 1 second. So, one of the practical matters is one thing I hate is those free breakfasts at hotels. They give you those little Dixie cups for the juice. Do they think I'm stupid? I grab a coffee cup and I fill it with juice. I mean, come on.
That's like
see, I'm that dude. I'm that dude who's going up there every 5 minutes to get more orange juice.
You're a pain because grab the coffee cup, then I don't have to wait for you.
It's
your
like
little
a shot bar.
You're like your little dentist rinse cup.
It's like a shot bar. He goes up, hit me again.
I mean, one guy actually pulled the coffee cup for him. Like, why don't you try this, pal? Okay, you have to be up 9 times. Okay.
I'm up there, John. I'm up there, and I just take a shot of OJ, and I'm like, I need another.
Like, move.
Hit me again. It's just like in a casino. Like they give you the little cocktail that's watered down. And at that point, you're flagging a girl down like every 8 minutes. So they just bring you a real drink.
So special shout out to my buddy Robbie Roach. The Storm did win it all, actually, Robbie.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I knew Hilton owned a few different hotels. I didn't know they specifically owned the Hampton Inn. But TJ James just said that's a Hilton property and they have the machine.
Yes.
That's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Hey, Robbie, thank you for watching, bud. I appreciate that. It's nice. It does matter to the girls that people are kind of following the team and how they're doing. So I appreciate that, buddy. But they won the whole thing. But because of lightning strikes, that final
somebody
game,
wound up with superpowers. Tell me the story is going somewhere good.
Oh my God. You really need to put comic book.
There was a random rack of chemicals next to the first baseline.
I'll tell you right now, if we're out in a lightning storm, I'm going to a science store and putting chemicals out.
Yeah, she shoots softball from her hands, guys. All right,
I think if you got struck by lightning with a bunch of chemicals around, I don't think you'd become the Flash, John. I think you would just get chemical burns, man.
I think
nothing quite that dramatic, actually, to be quite honest. Bizarro cover. Yeah, maybe you're right. What happened to Bizarro one?
Oh, wait a minute. Who won the book? We figured out who won the book?
No, we haven't done giveaway yet.
No, the best offer book.
Yes, it was joint.
Okay, congratulations. I just wanted to make sure.
I remember that. So anyway. So we had so many lightning strikes. This was a problem. The last night, the final game was supposed to take place at 5 because we had to clear the field so many times. And I had families getting ready to drive home after the final game that night, all the way back to New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. That final game didn't start until like 10 o'clock at night, and probably didn't finish till close to midnight.
With like 7th graders?
7th to 9th, yeah. Yeah. Well, they're out of school, John.
Reason 137 why I'm glad I don't have kids. Man, it just keeps piling up.
It can't.
Well, yes, lightning does give you super speed if there's
can.
chemicals involved. Lightning also, if you've seen powder, gives you a bunch of like weird little
Or
powers.
you could just die, okay? Which is another more likely option.
And Joe Straczynski did a book where kind of talking about we know that from Mary Shelley, lightning brings like inanimate objects to life from Frankenstein, and Joe Straczynski did a thing like that too, where somebody, I forget what it was, wasn't Battlestars, but somebody was dead, and they were in the meat wagon getting taken away, and it got hit by lightning, and the guy came back to life.
Same thing happened to Jason, and Jason lives. But I don't want to be this guy, but I'm going to be this guy, John. Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, it's not lightning. She mentioned some kind of mysterious elixir. It's the James Whale film that introduces the electricity.
James Whale film.
Yeah.
All right.
I just wanted to...
Now, Robbie, we need to get you a shirt that says "this guy." Because Robbie's saying, "I don't want to be this guy." Yeah, you're this guy, man, and it's cool.
So, all right, let's do a quick Rex cap. All right, so we're going to start with the sketch covers. So, first one up, Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin, #1, with Howard the Duck cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $129.99. We got it for $75. I'll do this for $65 tonight. Just to get
there might be that Howard the Duck fan in your life that Howard the Duck doesn't get too many spots into the spotlight. You know what I mean? Thanks to Guardians of the Galaxy, he's back a little bit.
Maybe y'all can help me out with this, but like
lightning 3 times.
Man,
I got a question. Maybe y'all know, but as a result of a lawsuit or some kind of cease and desist with Disney, Howard the Duck has to wear pants, right? Like, so he like is distinguished from Donald Duck. I think that's part of the thing,
this is the thing they did. Whatever they made certain sort of things they had to do. I'll tell you right now, if I was struck by lightning 3 times, that would be the first word out of my mouth. Like before I introduced myself, I'd been like, I've been hit by lightning 3 times. We've had Eddie on the show for years, and he's just mentioning this now.
Now, I've seen some of Eddie's weird Facebook posts, so I'm hoping he's joking. All right, so next up we got Batman Robin Lives. Nobody for $65. Huh? All right.
I'm surprised, man. That's a good price for this. This is very cool.
We got like the Vampirella #1 Carousel with Vampirella by Jessica Court, Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail $149.99. We have for $85. I'll do that for $75.
Oh, that's really paging Triple B, man. Ooh.
All right, then we got Batman Robin Lives #428 with Carrie Kelly Robin sketch by Tony Scott. Suggested retail of $129.99. We have for $75. I'll do that for $65.
Man, all the cool stuff happens to other people. I would love if I got struck by lightning. It's literally, you would see me for the rest of my life, like trying to turn on the TV with the power of my brain. I wouldn't even pick up the remote.
Or I'm going to your funeral. That's the other option.
There you go. That's exactly what you would hear. You would find out I'd hit by lightning, and I would be trying to open doors and stuff like that, like going to cash machines and just pointing and seeing if money comes out.
All right. So then next up, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp #1 Avengers with Avengers #223 homage by Joe Del Beato and Elvis Cardona.
Lorena, you know what? Eddie, have you tried to do anything? Have you tried to fly or anything?
Suggested retail of $129.99. We got for $75. I'll do that for $65.
Oh man, price is tumbling.
If I ever get on a plane and somebody comes up and they're like, "Yo, I'm Eddie from the Experience show," I'm like, I'm off this plane. I need another plane. Like, get me away from this dude.
You've survived 3 times, but we're not sure about how I'm gonna do.
I'm not liking the odds here, brother.
All right.
Did he do something wrong? Is Mother Nature like hit him again? He hasn't learned a
Yeah.
lesson.
When's the last time you went to confessional, Eddie?
Did you litter or something? Because I'm kind of wondering what he did wrong. I mean, have you, try turning off your TV with your brain. See if it works.
All right. So then we got Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77, signed silver by Jeff Parker. It's just a retail at $69.99. We have 35. I'll do that for 25 tonight.
Wow.
Wow.
I am slashing prices, people.
$25. Somebody picked this up, man. That's
all right. So then we've got let's see, Batman number 99, Joker War, signed by James Tinian IV. Just a retail of $49.99. We have for 25. I'll do that for 20.
Oh, see, it almost happened the fourth time. So he developed lightning sense.
Yeah,
like
I was going to
Spider-Man.
say you get lightning sense, bro. You
I
get
knew it.
Superpower, right? All right.
Do you know when a blackout's coming or something? I'm trying to make sense of this, man. You get hit 3 times. You can't just be like a dude.
Ed lives in the part of the country where the tornado sirens go off and you go outside.
So do I.
Right. Like he lives in that part of the country where people live. Like, exactly. It's, tornado siren. I'm going to go outside, see what happens. So.
Marcus said Eddie should stop wearing copper underwear.
Chase too, right?
He's running out there with a lightning rod. I'm ready. He's all wet. He can cover himself in rain.
So, all right. So then we have Future Imperfect number 1, Gold Signature Series by Greg Lance, just retail of $89.99. We got it for 35. I'm going to make that 20. Just to see if anybody jumps.
Man.
All right, so here's the part where I need your help. Black Panther. Man Without Fear, number 513, signed by Francesco Francavilla. Just to retail $69.99. We have for 30. I'll do that for 25.
Black Panther.
Should be there. You see it?
Like the Archie. Black Panther. There we go. Trying to get the glare off a little bit.
So I'm doing
There's
that
signature
one
down
for 25.
Man.
All right. So then next up, we've got Detective Comics number 1027, cover C by J. Scott Campbell. Silver Signature Series signed by John Romita Jr. It's just a retail $149.99. We have it 75. I'll do that for 50 tonight.
Real talk, is this a Honey, I Shrunk the Batman cover, or like, and those are toy pennies and dinosaurs, or is this some sort of weird Jurassic Park Honey, I Exploded the World kind of thing?
I think it's just the Batcave, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a Batcave because the penny.
What?
I pressed the wrong button.
All right. So then we've got Cable and Deadpool number 25, signed by writer Dwayne Zirinsky. I've got it for 15. We'll do that for 10.
Oh, you think that somebody make 2? He would be a good storm chaser because wouldn't he know when it's coming?
Or you just stand there and he'll chase him.
He said the first 2 times he got struck by lightning was because he was chasing storms. I don't know. What are the odds of that happening 3 times?
Have you tried pushing the storm back when it comes? Or
what's crazy is I heard this. I heard that the chances of getting struck by lightning are astronomical, almost, right? But once you've been struck by lightning, your chances of getting struck again increase. I saw this story one time with this dude who got struck multiple times.
That seems so odd to me. Why would that be?
Especially because people probably don't change. So the universe is like, we'll hit them again.
All right, so let's get to the Dynamite books. All right, hold on a second.
As if Eddie wasn't cool enough, man, to get hit by lightning 3 times. I cannot wait to get out of here and start telling every friend I know. There's somebody got hit by lightning 3 times.
All right, so last week's Dynamite.
Marcus, yes, once they get a taste, lightning is like a shark.
Army of Darkness Forever, number 9. We had that at cover price of $4.99. We've got Negaduck number 6, and we've got that at cover at $3.99.
Do I need to hold these up?
Alex said he put them up there, so I'm not sure.
No, I got them. They just didn't load. Give me a second.
No,
okay, no, it's I just.
You're good.
Be like, oh, Eddie. Has anyone seen a picture of him? Does he have do his eyes glow? Is he always wearing sunglasses?
His hair looks like Eraserhead or like young Einstein.
He looks like Carrot Top.
He looks like a cartoon character after an explosion, at all times.
I would have never worked again. I would have been touring the country as the guy hit by lightning 3 times. I'd have never worked again.
That's what he gets the con for free. Sweetie Candy Vigilante, Volume 2, Number 3. Got that at cover at $4.99.
These are very cool.
All right, so then we have the new Dynamite
working
books.
on a Sweetie cosplay. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, so if you're watching Rewind, and if we still have them available, fill out the submission form, let us know. All right, so
and if you're watching this on Rewind, 3 times he got hit by lightning. Reach out and find him on social media to hear the story.
All right, so here are the new Dynamite books. All right, we got to go pretty fast. We are kind of running out of time. All right, so Thundercats, Chitara, number 1, cover A's by Souza Micah. And we have that for $4.99 cover price. All right, so.
Yeah, Triple B. Rachel Holland is working on a Sweetie cosplay. She mentioned it online one day. She's if you know her, if you hear her at all, she's on Whatnot. She does like a bunch of streams and other stuff or whatever. She's about as close to a real live Harley as we get. She'd be perfect as Sweetie.
All right, so next up we have Chitara number 1, cover B by Sue Lee.
Oh, Preston wants the.
All right, Preston, you got it, Preston.
I love that Sue Lee cover. That's dope. I love those colors so much.
We have that for cover price at $4.99.
There's a lot of people out there that are psyched for this.
So then we have Chitara number 1, cover C by Lyrics Lee. Also
that is trippy in the best possible way.
Hey, Lars, man. So, what's going on, buddy?
Lars, man.
You know what? Let's hold there because I know what Lars, man, usually likes, and since he's just getting there, let's do a real quick recap.
Does he know about the lightning?
Relax about the lightning, John.
I'm tweeting now, man.
All right. So, Lars, man, just for you, bud. These are the cover sketches we have left. Spider-Man Shadow of the Green Goblin with Howard the Duck sketch by Joe Del Beato and Marielle Nicieza. Just retail $129.99. We had it for $75. I lowered it to $65. Then we have Vampirella number 1, Saracel with Saracel cover sketch with Vampirella by Jessica Court and Marielle Nicieza. It's just a retail $149.99. We had it at $85. I lowered that to $75. So then we have Batman Robin Lives. Okay, well, you got Lars, man. Hold on. And weird. I don't know what happened. I remember seeing that, but all of a sudden, I don't know what happened to it. I've been gone a week. Today's my first day back, so I'll look for it. All right. So next up, we got Batman Robin Lives number 428 with Carrie Kelly. Robin sketch by Tony Scott. It's just a retail of $129.99. We had it for $75. I lowered that to $65.
That is a nice claim, Lars, man.
All right. Then we had Ant-Man and the Wasp number 1, Avengers number 223, homage by Joe Del Beato and Elvis Cardona. Just retail $129.99. We have it for $75. I lowered that to $65.
Elvis and Joe really delivered with that book, with that back cover. I like that a lot.
So here's the side books, my friend. So first up, Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77, signed in silver by Jeff Parker. It's just a retail $69.99. We have it at $25. I lowered that to, or we had $35. I lowered that to $25. Let's see.
The Bizarro book they're asking about?
But it's not on my sheet. That's weird. All right, then we have Batman number 99, Joker War, signed by James Tinian IV. It's just at retail $49.99. We had it at $25. I lowered that to $20. Then we have Future Imperfect number 1, gold signature by Greg Land. It's just at retail $89.99. We had $35. I lowered that to $20. Then Black Panther, Man Without Fear, number 513, signed by Francesco Francavilla. Just a retail $69.99. We had it $30. I lowered that to $25.
It's Action Comics.
Is there?
Yeah, Action Comics 1051. This is what you're talking about, right?
Oh, yeah, that's incentive. I haven't gotten those yet. Sorry, I thought you meant a sketch.
And then
cover.
there's this one right here by Pablo Rivera. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I have not. We haven't got to that yet.
Okay.
Detective Comics number 1027, cover C by J. Scott Campbell. Silver signature by John Romita Jr. It's just retail $149.99. We had $75. I lowered that to $50. Then we had let's see, Cable and Deadpool number 25 by writer Dwayne Zarinsky. It's just a retail $29.99. We had it at $15. I lowered that to $10. Let's see. Yes, I lowered that. That is the one by Greg Land. It is the Gold Signature Series, yes, by Greg. It's just retail $89.99. We had it $35. I lowered that to $20. All right, you got it, Lars, man. All right, so there we go. All right, so let's continue on with Dynamite books, and then we'll get to incentives. How much time we got left? All right, so Chitara number 1, cover D by Rebecca Puebla. We got that cover at $4.99.
She's excited about this cover. She talks a lot about this on social media.
All right, then we got Chitara number 1, cover E by Edwin Gallman. And we got that at $4.99. Then we got Chitara number 1, cover F, Sue Lee foil. And we got that at $9.99.
I wish there was a better way to take a picture of the foil, because that foil is so beautiful and you just can't see it.
Gotcha, Lars, man.
It just
Hold on.
doesn't photograph well.
Gotcha on 1027, buddy. All right, then we've got Chitara number 1, cover G, Sue Lee foil version. And we've got that for $29.99.
Yeah, Triple B. The foil covers are... They're kind of gimmick covers, but done in the right way.
So, Future Imperfect. You mind getting up again, John?
No, sure.
Can you tell me if it's number 1 in the series?
Sure.
I'm sorry, Lars, man. I had you written down as claiming that, but you didn't. But it is number 1.
Future Imperfect number 1.
So let me know if you want it or not. Okay, bud? All right, so.
I think the question is the SIG number 1 out of the numbered set? Not as the book number 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Can you guys see that? Number 1.
All right, so let me know, John, if you want it. It is number 1 in the signature series. So, Chitara number 1, cover H, Thundercats logo foil and we got that for $9.99. All right, so then we got Chitara #1 cover K, Sozamika Virgin cover, and we got that for $50. And then Chitara, let me see. That is $20. All right, Larsman. All right. So let's see where I leave off. Okay, so Chitara #1I and 1W are the blanks. We got that both those at cover. $4.99. All right. So then we've got Vampirella Dark Reflections #2 cover A by Shannon Mayer. Cover price $4.99. Then we've got #2 cover B by Lucio Perillo for cover. Then cover C by Joseph Michael Linzer for cover price of $4.99. And then cover #2 cover D by Jay Anacleto. And we've got that at cover at $4.99. Then #2 cover E cosplay by Joni Brasas. And we've got that at $4.99. Then we've got the cover F by Lucio Perillo, the foil for $9.99. Then we've got cover G by Lucio Perillo, foil Virgin, and we got that for $29.99.
Did you see Preston playing the PP?
You are claiming Preston.
I was just looking at the Lucio Perillo foil
Thank
cover.
you, buddy. Preston. Gotcha, Preston. All right, then we've got cover #2 cover T, Lucio Perillo UV for cover at $4.99.
Oh,
Then cover #2 cover U by Jay Anacleto, black and white for $4.99. Then we've got #2 cover I, Shannon Mayer Virgin, and we've got that for $50. All right, and here we go with Space Ghost #3. Yes. Cover A by Francesco Mattina, and we've got that for cover price at $4.99. Then we've got #3 cover B by Jay Lee for $4.99.
the talent on the Space Ghost covers is just insane.
Then we've got #3 cover C by Bjorn Berens for $4.99. Then we've got cover D by Michael Cho for $4.99. All right, then we got cover E, Francesco Mattina foil for $9.99. And then cover F, Francesco Mattina foil Virgin for $29.99. All right, then we've got cover H by Michael Cho. It's Virgin cover for $50.
Space Ghost didn't have a dog. He had Jan and Jace and
The monkey.
the monkey.
Yeah. All right.
You might be thinking of Blue Falcon, who had Dynamite.
All right, so now we've got the Garbage Pail Kids trashing through time.
Lars, man, I agree. They absolutely need a metal cover. Holy cow.
#5 cover A, Tom Bunk, polybag with a trading card at $4.99. All right, then we got Garbage Pail.
Holly bagged with the trading card. It's like 1997 all over again.
All right, #5 cover B by Jeff Zapata. Also a poly bag with a trading card for $4.99. Then we have cover C by Robert Jimenez. Poly bag with a card for $4.99. All right, and then cover D by John Pounds, also a poly bag with the trading card. And then we've got Garbage Pail Kids Trashing Through Time, number 5, cover K by Tom Bunk. And it's a version cover for $50.
Gleek was, someone just asked me about that. Gleek was Wendy and, what's his name's monkey? Wendy and Marvin's monkey. Blip is Jan and Jace's monkey from IC. And somebody came up with Bleep, which is cool. I like that.
All right, so here are the incentives. Action Comics number 1058, 125 ratio by Freddie E. Williams. And let's see. Got it for $1? I guess we do.
This is $1? Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, it's going for $8. So then we got Action Comics number 1061. We've got going for $8. We've got it for $3 by Nathan Zerdy. 125 ratio.
Okay, Rex, I know you said $1, but it's $8. MSRP is $1. This is $8.
Yeah, usually we kind of have that reversed then, don't we?
I don't know what you usually do, but I know that this book sells for between $8 and $10 all day.
I think they're in the wrong columns, is what I think. So if you're watching, Alex, you might need to come in and give us a little clarification.
And Preston, you should shoot Rex an email.
All right, Larsman, you are claiming 1058. Larsman, I'm going to give it to you at my promise price of $1.
Sure, you're going to get fired.
Okay, so why do you have $1 here, Alex? I have to ask you. Okay.
Collecting Ombre is in the chat, and it's $8.
Yeah. So why do we have this other column here? That's not good. Buddy.
I'm going to tell you why. It's because Alex is not good at Excel.
Yeah. Large man, no problem, buddy. I'm giving it to you for $1. Okay. Yeah, your columns don't match up with the master sheet, my friend. Okay, that's problematic. All right.
If you go back though, somebody was asking for a book, and I told them to shoot you an email and see if you can
it's
find
not
it.
on tonight, go ahead and shoot me an email. Okay. So not a problem, Lars man, because I promise you $1, you're getting it for $1. Okay.
Yeah.
All
You're
right.
going to wonder what the $7 deduction is in your paycheck.
It ain't coming out of my pocket. I know how to do it.
What is this $7 for? Well.
All right. No.
Oh, no.
All right. Action Comics number 1061, 150 ratio by Paulo Rivera. And we've got that for $15.
Is this the one everybody's waiting for, the Bizarro thing?
I think so.
They waited so long they fell asleep.
All right. Action Comics number 1064, 125 ratio by Ariel Cologne. We've got that for $10.
If this was really
Can you
Bizarro,
show
shouldn't
that
you be
one?
pushing the planet down, not pulling
Go
it
ahead.
Can you show the 1064?
If we can find it, yeah, we can. Can you find it? Yeah, it's
Wait,
there.
1064 Action Comics?
Yeah, correct.
Is it in a pile or is it up here?
I don't know.
Is it the Brainiac one? Is it this?
What's it say on the label?
It's just 1064, 1:25 ratio.
I found one.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right, there we go. No problem, Triple B. I'm still catching up, so I should be able to look at it tomorrow. All right, so Alien, Black, White, and Blood, number 1, 125 ratio, Francesco Mobili, sorry. And we got that for 10. Then Aliens, What If, 125 ratio by Scan. We got that for 10.
Seems like Rex doesn't answer a lot of emails, including mine.
Well, yours I never answer. And weird, no problem.
Don't
But
treat
again,
them like you treat me.
trying to catch up. We want to get today's show prepared. So tomorrow should be a good cleanup day. So tomorrow you'll probably see an email from me, guys.
What If Aliens was a cool book?
Cool. Okay. We've got. Thank you, Dwayne. I appreciate that. So Amazing Spider-Man number 252, facsimile, 125 ratio by Charles Vess. And we've got that for $10.
That's a nice cover, man.
And then we've got Amazing Spider-Man number 253, facsimile 125 by Rick Leonardi. And we got that for 10. Then Amazing Spider-Man number 39, 125 ratio by Lee Garbett. And we got that for 8.
Did you see Lars Man claimed ASM
Lars Man
252?
252. Got it, Lars Man.
I really want someone to claim that Vampirella series cell before we go off the air. That is so cool.
Okay, Amazing Spider-Man number 43, 125 ratio by Lou Pacino, and we got that for 8. All right, ASM 350, or 253 got Lars Man.
I told you, you just send him the books and the invoice. You don't have to put it up there.
And then 39 as well. You got it, Lars Man.
Don't worry about it, Triple B. There'll be more. I talked to Mariano a little bit, and he's kind of got a little bit of an idea of where he wants to go with these.
All right. Gotcha, buddy. Last one, Avengers Twilight, number 1 by 160 ratio by Simone Bianchi. Let me see. So Triple B sent me an email. And who was the other one? Preston? Was it Preston?
This is still one of these books I have like mixed sort of feelings about. I'll have to see how they ended up or whatever. I'm not sure about this. I know they're trying to sort of do. I guess this is supposed to be the Avengers Kingdom Come or something, but
I love it. I love it. I thought it was great.
All right, so now 7:57.
Yeah, we got to find out what Robbie's doing.
Well, wait, we got to do the giveaway.
Oh.
All right, Kyle, if you're ready, my friend, let's spin it. And the winner is Deviant One.
Deviant One. Congratulations, man.
Deviant One, please fill out the submission form so it's a little bit easier for us if you do that. All right. So
that's why Amy doesn't make that face. No form filled out.
So, all right. So, Robbie, what you got going on? I saw that you're doing a kind of Die Hard thing the other day.
Yeah, tonight's the kickoff of our annual Action Fest where we celebrate action films. We got 5 shows planned. It all kicks off tonight with the Die Hard franchise. All 5 Die Hard movies reviewed and discussed tonight on Pop Culture Philosophers.
All right. And Kyle, what do we got coming on tonight, bud?
Well, tonight we are talking about the Titanic that is cover swipe, cover mash, AI art. Is last week's big controversy surrounding a certain cover artist just the tip of the iceberg, or are we already sunk?
Oh, I'll spoiler alert for you. We're already sunk. You can do something else.
Yeah, but I don't have time to prep to get a 4th show today. So we're going with that, even though I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
Come on, beat that dead horse.
Man. The next time I do something helpful will be the first.
We really wanted to talk about what qualifies a publisher as an indie publisher as opposed to a major publisher, and talk about market share and things like that, but we couldn't get all the data together. So we decided to do this other thing that we could talk about for a half hour and call it good, and then move on to that one for next week.
Right. So
I think Eddie will leave 3 times. Have a great night, Eddie.
See you, Ed.
I hope he sends an email with his mind.
Getting struck by lightning does not give you superpowers, dude. It more than likely will get you killed.
You don't know that. There's not enough data for that.
Oh, my God. All right. So We will be back Wednesday.
That could have been the fourth show that Kyle needed.
We'll be back Wednesday. Nick will be here on Friday for the original art at 7 p.m. Eastern. Robbie and I will be here on Friday for the topic of the day on his channel, PCP.
Don't blow your fingers off on Thursday because the experience is taking the day off.
I'll be live tomorrow on Dynamic Forces Instagram at around 6 o'clock. So if you want to watch me and do an hour-long claim show, check that out.
Or you could watch the show that's on the experience at the same time, Alex. Thanks.
Oh, no.
Actually, I won't be here on Friday.
Oh, sorry, correction.
Spencer Beckwell.
So original art was Spencer Beck.
I thought there were only 3 Die Hard movies.
No, I think there's
There's like 37. It's like Tremors.
Definitely more.
Nah, 4th and 5th don't count.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you're not going to count them, then yes, there are 3. Okay. You're kind
I
of
like
like
part
Robbie
4. I like
with,
part 4.
You're kind of like
Which one was
Robbie
part
with the
4?
third blade.
Which one with his son?
Which one was part 4?
Part 4 is the one with his daughter. It's the one with Justin Long in it, with like the hacker who's like closing down all of America's systems and stuff.
Oh.
Live
Yeah,
free
but I
or
thought it
die
was so
hard.
cool, the third one where he's like, I know the family. They didn't destroy the gold.
You see, you're kind of like being like Robbie with the third blade movie. Every time we talk about it, he just acts like, oh, no.
Yeah, but the
There ain't that third blade movie.
Yes, there's a vampire chihuahua. You don't want to see that.
You had Triple H and you had Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, that sounds like that would be cool, but they never did a third Blade movie, and it seems like they're not doing another one ever again.
Hashtag let Kyle direct Blade.
Hashtag what?
Let Kyle direct Blade.
There you go.
Everybody else keeps quitting. I'll do it for like next to nothing.
I'll do it for nothing.
All right.
Thank everybody for joining us. We're sorry
Absolutely.
about the rough start this morning. Well, this afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you.
He's retired. He doesn't even know what time
There could be
it is.
people watching this in Hawaii. You don't know. It's like their morning show.
Ooh, good pivot.
Thanks, Robbie, for joining us. Thank you, Kyle, for kind of
Thanks for jumping in, Kyle.
busting a
Helping out,
Yui on the expressway and coming back and helping us out.
Who
Yeah,
needs
if you're in
hands to
Texas and
drive?
you have Comcast, pray for Jay.
That's what the cruise is for. You know, cruise button.
Nice.
You don't need hands. right.
Congratulations to everybody who won stuff,
Yes,
claimed
absolutely.
stuff tonight. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
See you Wednesday.
Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.